Well, that is a little bit more like it.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, in the wake of some dramatic negative news around Chelsea regarding Mudryk and stuff, we got some good stuff, some good gear from the leading authority on transfers, David Ornstein himself, talking about Joshua Chiampong signing a new long-term contract at Chelsea, though, you know, long-term at Chelsea's 10 years. I think Cole Palmer would be 10 years. Enzo Fernandez, 9.5 years after he extended his contract by the 12 months. For us, that's the new dawn of long term. But this is, I believe, a 5-year deal ish from Joshua Chiampong. We're going to get it from David Ornstein here. We're going to talk about build a lineup. Disclaimer, I am recording this just before Enzo Maresca's press conference this afternoon on Wednesday. But if I get something wrong in the lineup builder, then whatever. We can just talk about the game generally against Shamrock Rovers. But this is great news with Joshua Chiampong. And, you know, it was one of, until the Mudryk situation, which, by the way, I meticulously covered yesterday. Go back, watch my previous videos. I did a sort of explainer video about more detail about what happened and what to expect moving forward. So do consider watching that if you're interested in learning. But if you're all about the good vibes and moving forwards, stay here and let's move on from here, because this was technically prior to the Mudryk situation. This was the big negative story around Chelsea. What's going on with Joshua Chiampong that people had accepted. You know, Raheem Sterling wasn't fancied and being pushed out. Heck, people had even accepted Ben Chilwell doesn't fit and maybe he's just not part of the project. But what people weren't accepting is Joshua Chiampong being ostracised, not being allowed to train with Chelsea, being wanted by Real Madrid, Liverpool, Bayern Munich reportedly offering him first team playtime minutes. That made everyone a little bit nervous, especially in the wake of another Reece James injury. So good news, we're going to get into it today, guys. Just a quick reminder to those of you who visit the content, subscribe if you want to. We are trying to slowly drip feed our way up to 200,000, and you could be a part of that. You could be a part of that. And why not take a millisecond out of your day to drop a like on this video? I think it helps. I think it helps us out, liking the video. So why not drop a like? Yeah, so like I said, coming from leading authority on The Athletic here, David Ornstein, 20 minutes ago at time of recording, or just over, since I've opened the web page. But it goes a little something like this. Chelsea have ended doubts over the future of Joshua Chiampong by tying their young talent to a new and improved long-term contract. A Chiampong previous agreement was set to expire in June 2026, so yeah, not too long. And the following an uncertain period, he has signed a fresh 5-year deal. So this is interesting off the bat. To me, and there's more we're going to read into here, but to me that says, obviously we were like saying you can't train with the team until you sort yourself out, until you commit to Chelsea, which is fine. This has been done since the dawn of time in football, by the way. This is not some new cruel tactic that this Chelsea owners have made up. Roman Abramovich did it as well. And we were worried it was going to go one way. But what I think is, off the bat, my assumption would be that this is a compromise. That this is a compromise because he's so young, he's 18. We'd want to put him on a super, super, super long deal. But he probably doesn't want that. He wants to be on like a deal that he can control his future. He'll still be his early mid-20s by the time this expires. And clearly we've reached a compromise. That's what I would think, with a 5-year deal as opposed to a 7+1 or whatever it is. It sees the promising defender who's only 18 commit to Stamford Bridge until 2029. And so he's not even in the Project 2030 gang, even though he's 18. And it's a timely development for the West London club, especially given there was strong interest from leading sides in the Premier League and overseas. Like I said, well, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Premier League being Liverpool. Liverpool have been trying to get Chelsea defenders for a while. Of course, we covered the story closely of They really, really wanted Levi Colwill. Klopp, and I suppose those behind Klopp at Liverpool were really willing to throw the bag to get Levi Colwill, and I don't know if he was considering it, but he wanted information from Chelsea. Basically, he wanted an indication that we were going to commit to him and make him a really important player, which we have. And of course, there's since been reports on The Athletic that he's been earmarked as a future captain, young Levi Colwill. So problems during the negotiations impacted Acheampong's game time at senior and age group level, so he stopped playing altogether. But subsequent progress saw the academy graduate earn his first full team debut in the recent Conference League victory at Astana. Acheampong is now training with head coach Enzo Maresca's squad on a daily basis. First team player, baby. And especially in the absence of Reece James. Reece, go to an island somewhere, go somewhere warm, do some spiritual retreat, pray to different respective gods, put your hamstring in some healing crystals, come back if you can revive your career. But in the meantime, we've got Gusto, we've got Acheampong, we've got even Caicedo who can play there. So that's good news. Acheampong is now training with on a daily basis and has a good chance to start on Thursday, which we will speak about in a moment. We're going to get into that. Maresca is known to be keen on working with such prospects and integrating him into his plans. Retaining the England international player is also viewed internally as a statement of intent by co-director of recruitment and talent, Joe Shields, who, by the way, has done some hits for us, by the way, in Palmer and Lavia, and I guess he would have had a big part of Sancho as well, if we're talking about City Academy days. So Joe Shields is like the guy for Chelsea. And Academy Director Glenn van der Kraan, one of the new geezers, in conjunction with co-sporting directors, of course, Stuart and Winstanley, they're all happy with Josh Acheampong. Having joined Chelsea at under 8 stage, Acheampong came through their system, turned professional in January. Before then, boss Mauricio Pochettino gave him his first senior appearance. He came off the bench in a 2-0 home win over Spurs last season. Acheampong has so far represented his country from under 16s all the way up to under 20 level. So essentially, really, really good and massively good news. It's just one thing we can tick off the list and not worry about, and another academy player, because we were growing a little bit short on those academy players becoming good. Of course, lots of talent's gone out, loads to Italy, including Abraham, Tomori, Loftus-Cheek. Ampadu kind of was like, he went to Italy for a bit, didn't he? He was kind of or Gilmour as well, similar to Ampadu, and of course, all across the Premier League, you can see, now in La Liga as well, with Gallagher, but, with Livramento and Hall going to Newcastle, and, Breuer's on loan, and Chalobah's on loan, and there's no real, there's less and less of superstar academy graduates, because the start is really, it's Levi Colwill and Reece James, and just to have another player like Josh Acheampong, it's just good, isn't it? It's good vibes to have more of just a few academy players in there. We all like it, really, and that's what we want to see. So that's very, very important. So yes, let me know what you think. Comment down below on Josh Acheampong, and let's talk about Shamrock Rovers. So Shamrock Rovers, last game they played, I think was it it was in 12th of December in the Conference League. They played Borac, not to be confused with Borat. 3-0 winners, so that's nice for them. They are also, let's have a look at the standings here in the Europa Conference. Chelsea are top. I think we've qualified, but we need to top 8. It's the last game, so do we want to, is it seeded? I think we want to top the league matches. And is there 8 over 6? How many games left? I really should know more about 1 second. Okay, I think this is our last Conference League phase game. I think you do want to top the league. I wonder if there's a benefit of that. Still, point being, we could definitely put out whatever team we want here. Shamrock Rovers, they are in the top 6. They will try and win this. They are not guaranteed. If they fall into 9th or below, they are going to a playoff. So Blues automatic qualification. They will want to stay there. They're only a point off, so they will go to win this basically. Let's have a look at their lineups. Okay, so we can see the shape they're playing. Back 3. I wonder if they'll play a low block. 3-5-2. And yeah, that's all I'm going to tell you about Shamrock Rovers. They'll probably play a counter-attacking style. They want 3-0 with less possession. So yes, you can imagine they're going to try and play counter-attack with a back 3 against Chelsea, which is fine. That's as is their right. So we're going to build a lineup now, which is going to be fun, I think. Here we go. This is going to be tough because I'm using Footbin, which is probably not going to have half the players. Jorgensen, it will have, though, in goal. And the man himself, we're going to have to search for the freaking striker, aren't we? Josh Achiampong. Yeah, or whoever this guy is. So, yeah, he's our right back. Our placeholder for Achiampong. I really think Rak Saki, but there's no way they're going to have Rak. Okay, so we're going to placehold him with Rakitic. That's Rak Saki, guys. He'll be very happy to be Rakitic. God, Rakitic just fell off. He was... I mean, to be fair, just the fact that he's still playing. I mean, I don't know how old he is. Look, Cucurella is banned, even though he played 90 minutes in a keenly contested West London derby against Brentford. He can't play at Goodison, so I don't know if he'll play 90 minutes here, but I do think he will actually start here, Cucurella. I think that. So I kind of think, obviously it could be Vega, because this does fit in for the weekend. It could be Vega, and then obviously at the weekend we could see Gusto playing left back and Caicedo playing right back at Goodison. We've seen that, but I have a feeling we will play Vega then, and therefore we won't play Vega now. I wonder if Vega will come on for half an hour for Cucurella at the end, so Cucurella doesn't like red zone, and then he'll start against Goodison, and then maybe Gusto will move over and stuff like that. So we'll do a little bit of switcherooing. Right, this is tough, guys. I hope Badiashiel's fit. Again, I haven't seen. He may be injured, guys. I haven't watched the press conference, but Badiashiel and Disasi to be centre backs here. That's pretty strong. You know, even Joshua Champong is playing very, very well. We got a bit of youth there with Rakitic. Gu has got to be a card here. Yeah, he is, because he's a big signing. You know, he was considered a first-team player. So, already looking pretty strong. Dewsbury Hall, he's got to play, and he's got to play. Because, like, I don't even trust him in, like, many games at the moment. So we got Raksaki, Dewsbury Hall. We're going to need an attacking player in there. I wonder if Joao Felix is going to start this game. Tyreek George, I think, is going to play. Where is he? I wonder if I search his full name. Tyreek. There he is. Oh, he's left mid there. He can play on either side, Tyreek George. Obviously, Mudryk ain't starting. Who's going to be the final midfielder? I guess Carney Chukwuemeka. And it should be a 4-2-3-1 attacking, shouldn't it? Yes. So I think it'll probably be like that. I think it'll probably be Carney. I didn't know if he was injured or he came off before then, obviously Gu. So who's going to finish our attack? I don't think it'll be the lad who came on last time. He might start, but I have a thing, I don't know, Joao Felix just to keep warm and have some minutes, because Joao Felix hasn't actually played in ages. Maybe this is an opportunity for him to play even just 45 minutes, like a half. You know, try and get the kids, try and start playmaking for Gu and George and stuff. And then, you know, at halftime, pull him off for the young lad, I forget his name, that came on last game. That's a good opportunity for him. Yeah, and that's super strong, obviously, for Shamrock Rovers, even though that is, you know, heavily rotated. That is a B- team if ever I've seen one. No Nkunku, no Mudryk, no Neto, Sancho, Noni. Yeah, so many, you know, no Lavia, no Caicedo, no Enzo. That's very rotated. Obviously, it's a strong back line, but you kind of need that. And yeah, what do we want out of this? We want, like, I don't know, like, Dewsbury Hall will probably be trying to play make a bit more again. For me, genuinely, I look at this. I look at just Achampong having a good game. It's for the youngsters, really. I mean, Chukwuemeka, I have a feeling he's gone in January, even if it's a loan. I want Mark Yu to score again, and I want Tyreek George to get his first Chelsea goal. That's what I want out of this lineup, essentially. But look, guys, we should absolutely, of course, be winning this game, sewing up the Conference League 100% record. Really, you know. And like I said, I'd like to see go. Even though Shamrock Rovers are Shamrock Rovers, they did score 3 goals last time out, playing with less possession. They will look to do that at Chelsea, hit us on the break, wing backs, etc. I just always struggle to see us getting a clean sheet. I think this will be a tougher game. Well, it will be a tougher game than the Astana in Kazakhstan. So I think they will score. But I think, again, we'll win 3-1. It will be a 3-1 Chelsea win. We won't get a clean sheet, but that's going to be okay. Yeah. As always, I put out to you guys, what do you think? Please do leave your comments. Feel free to speak about Josh Achampong's new contract, the Conference League, you know, what's going on. Let's start the conversation down in the comments section below. And as always, I'll thank you for your support here on the channel. And your support can be offered by liking and subscribing and sharing and all the lovely stuff. All right, friends. See you back here soon. Peace.